So if you're like me and you're looking to discover new things, this is the video where I'm going to share with you exactly why I pulled the plug and decided to move all the way down to Argentina. So my story starts back in 2016. That was the first time that I came to Argentina. That trip was mostly just to get to know where the other half of my family is from. And I was in Argentina for a total of 1 month. And when I got home from that trip, it really left me wondering, what would it actually be like to live in Argentina for a somewhat long period of time? I could have never imagined that I would actually go through with such a crazy idea like that. Good morning. It smells so bad. Those are sea lions, the famous sea lions of Mar del Plata. I was just right over there. So this next part is the biggest reason on why I did end up moving here. That's because of trapeze, literally. So when I was growing up, I was always around different circuses and acrobats and stuff because my parents were trapeze artists. And I started to practice trapeze when I was about 15 years old. So I knew that I wanted to get out and travel. I wasn't too sure on how I was going to be able to do that. And I get a call from my dad asking if I wanted to go work doing trapeze and trampoline for the summer season in a show in Mar del Plata, Argentina. And of course I went through with it, and that trip changed my life completely. I had such an amazing experience for those 3 months, and I also met my now wife on that trip. So this sculpture always manages to freak me out. Look at that. Every time that I walk by this and I see it from far away, I always think that it's really somebody sitting there. Through 2019, I came back a few more times to Argentina, and then 2020 came along, and yeah. With the pandemic, I wasn't able to come to Argentina for over a year, and the pandemic was my breaking point. So as soon as I was allowed to be able to go back to Argentina, I started packing my bags, and in April 2021, I finally did it. I remember when I got on that flight, I had this big knot in my stomach. One, it was a feeling of course, happiness of finally being able to do something that I set myself out for so long to do, and it was finally happening at that moment. But I was also having this big feeling of fear that what if things aren't going to turn out the way I expect, this big transition of me leaving my life behind in the United States to do this big move. But I did go through with it, of course, and I couldn't be happier. If you're looking to move to Argentina, it's more than likely that you're probably looking at moving to Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires is a great place. I decided to move to Mar del Plata in order to be with my wife. And honestly, I prefer Mar del Plata a lot more than Buenos Aires. If you've ever been to Buenos Aires, you know how big the city actually is. And I find that to be very stressful whenever I do visit Buenos Aires. And in Mar del Plata, that's just not the case. But what really sets Mar del Plata apart from Buenos Aires is the incredible beaches that are here. Even though it is cold 80% of the year, it's still really nice to have. For right now, I still do not have a set date on when I'm going to be returning back to the United States. It could be 6 months from now, 1 year, 2 years. I still don't know for sure, but I do know eventually I am going to be moving back but for that, time will tell. So if you're thinking about doing the same thing that I did and moving to another place or doing something that you've always thought about, I'd say go for it. Don't hold back on some of those things because it could sometimes be the best decision that you've ever made. So whatever it is that you want to do, just be smart about it and enjoy the process. Okay, so that is my story. I hope you were able to find this video helpful and possibly help you on your decision to move here to Argentina. And if you did watch to the end, thank you so much. It's gonna really help me with the channel out. And don't forget to drop a like. Thank you for watching. Peace.